welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm your astrologer and tarot card reader, Mary Trimble, here with your readings for August the 26th through September the 1st. Oh my God, we're in September. If you're new, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm so glad you found me, and I really hope you enjoy these readings. And if you are returning, you're my heart. Thank you. I really appreciate you. I appreciate your loyalty and consistency. Thank you so much. These are general readings, guys, so please take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you would like a more tailored and personal reading, you may click on this link and it will take you to my website. Now, that brings me to another announcement. I'm kind of in a critical financial situation, which I won't bore you with the details. So for 1 week only, I am offering a full reading, which is an hour long, sometimes a little bit more, for $60. So that's 40% off. There's going to be a special code that I will put in the show more section in the description box below. And you can copy and paste that at checkout. It will only be for 1 week. I'll offer it. So get it while you can. Now, what else? Yes, this is for your sun, moon, and rising, guys. So you can find the links to the other videos below. Also, in fact, all the links to my website, everything is below. I also have a Facebook group, and on Wednesday, every other Wednesday, it correlates with the new moon and the full moon. So this week it'll be about the new moon in Virgo on Friday, and on Wednesday, in my Facebook group, which is a closed group, we discuss that. We look at your, signs and how it's affected by the moon, and also I do a little tarot reading for people, so we have fun. It's a lovely group. The link to that will be below also. What else? Another way of supporting me, guys, is through Patreon. I post things on Patreon that I don't post anywhere else. And also, thank you, my patrons. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you. You help me going. Now, what else? Oh, yes. These readings come in 3 sections. I will have the timestamps to skip each section. If you want to get straight to the, excuse me, I can barely breathe because I have been smudging my house, and it is intense. I can barely breathe. These readings come in 3 sections. We have the intro, the astrology report, and the tarot card reading. So find the skip stamps below if you're checking out your sun, moon, and rising. So that's it, folks. Without further ado, let's go to the astrology report, shall we? Hello and welcome to the astrology section of your reading. And what a celestial sky we have this week, guys. Wow, so much earth energy and so much Virgo. Virgo energy is earth. Right? It's the earth element, it's practical, it's critical thinking, and critical thinking is kind of important, right? We need to be able to look at situations critically, and sometimes ourselves. Just the tendency to criticize can come out, so, hold back on criticizing yourself and others, unless it's constructive criticism. Now, Virgo, you've got the new moon in Virgo, right? So we have 5 planets in Virgo, and at some point they are interacting with Uranus. Uranus is the planet of surprises and shocks and sudden happenings. It's like thunder and lightning, right? Now it is going retrograde. So all these other planets, we've got Mercury, the Sun, Mars, Venus, and the Moon, right? Now the Moon is also, you've got this beautiful new moon on the 30th, on Friday the 30th. So this is a wonderful time for intentions, but Virgo's about planning. And I just have to say, on Friday, the moon, this new moon, interacts with 7 planets, some in nice ways and some in not so nice ways. This is a wonderful opportunity for new beginnings, and because all the planets are kind of interacting with Uranus and the moon too at some point, I think it's a good time to plan. Virgos are all about planning. They're all about structuring and putting rules in place and setting goals. So I think it's a really incredible time to set goals. Now, I want to also say there's so much energy in Earth. This is a wonderful time to manifest, right? Because the Earth is about manifesting. It's about, what we create, what we actually live within this 3-dimensional world. Growing food, it's about providing shelter and food and everything that we need to live. So Virgo's also about service. And it's a mutable sign, right? So mutable means flexible. So it's good to look at where we can be flexible. So this energy is all about making plans to go forward. It's all about how can I be of service to others. Now, I just want to mention that the Mars and the Sun are conjunct, almost exact. That can mean sudden bursts of anger, right? It can mean, because it's kind of what do I want to say? It's impatience, it's intolerance. When a planet is conjunct the sun, I mean, the sun's powerful and hot, right? And it can burn a planet to a cinder. So what you want to do is, some of us can control ourselves and some of us can't, but it is important to choose your battles and perhaps not be so impulsive this week, because we may have the tendency to be impulsive. But the moon on Friday interacts with 7 planets. So this can mean a fluctuation in moods, not only for you, but for those around. And it affects people in different ways. And as I said, the moon is interacting with the planets, sometimes in a harmonious way and sometimes in a challenging way. You want to understand that all these moods that you're encountering, particularly on Friday, is a result of the celestial sky and the interaction with the moon. And it's momentary. The moon moves very fast. So that's why it's interacting, because it's kind of moving past all these planets and interacting with them. And they are interacting with other planets. So it kind of accentuates those moods. And how this affects you personally depends on where these planets are in your natal chart. So you might want to get a reading for that, or you might want to join my Facebook group and we can kind of generally discuss it. At least which area it's affecting you in your life. Mercury rules Virgo, so it is home. It is very happy in Virgo. So we have all this wonderful grounding, manifesting earth energy here this week. And we've got a lot of Uranian energy too, right? So as during this week, the Sun, Mars, Venus, the moon and Mercury will all interact with Uranus. Now, when that happens, it will affect us in different ways. For instance, when Venus interacts, and they're all harmonious, they're wonderful interactions, right? When Venus interacts with Uranus, Uranus, don't forget, is in retrograde. So you could bump into an old flame or an old friend, and romantic feelings could come up for you. Or just, very friendly and a wonderful connection. Depending, somebody could just pop up out of the blue, because Uranus is all about like popping up out of the blue. It's about surprises. When it's a harmonious relationship, when it's in a trine, it's like, nice surprises. When it's in a challenging relationship, it's shocking. Luckily, all this week is it's all about harmonious connections. So it's a wonderful energy and surprising energy. So lovely surprises all week long. So expect the unexpected, and don't forget, plan and think about how you can be in service with someone and how you can be more flexible. So we have a lot going on, guys. Without further ado, let's go to your tarot card, shall we? Aquarius, welcome to the tarot card section of your reading for August the 26th through September the 1st. Aquarius, Aquarius. Oh, what wonderful blessings, guidance, and helpful information can you give Aquarius for this coming week? Oh, I'm feeling that energy coming through, Aquarius. 3 cards for Aquarius, please. 3 cards. Quads. 3 cards for Aquarius. Oh, there you go. Woo, ooh, ooh. Oh, you got 4 cards. Love. Oh, wow. Wunderbar, darling. Wunderbar. You have wunderbar cards. Fantastic. These are clarifying cards for Aquarius. For my lovely Aquarians. And we're moving into the golden age of Aquarius. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Aquarius through these clarifying cards? Please clarify. Please clarify. Thought it was going to come out, but it didn't. Oh, and that didn't either. Please oh, there it is. Oh my goodness. I swear to God, I was envisioning that and it came out. Okay. Please clarify. Aha. Okay. Let's go to your card, shall we? Okay, the first card out is the Wheel of Fortune. Yay! And then you have the 4 of Swords, clarifying that. Then you have the King of Pentacles. Clarifying the King of Pentacles is the the 3 of Swords. Oh my God. I'm delirious. Then you have the King of Cups right next to the 7 of Pentacles, and clarifying those 2 is the Ace of Swords. Aquarius. Aquarius. Look out, it's coming in your direction. I'm gonna make you love me. Oh, yes, I will. You know I will. Ooh. The Wheel of Fortune, darling, is coming in your direction. fortune is on your side. The wheel of fortune comes in when you've kind of gone all the way to the bottom, because everything's cyclical, right? And it is coming up in your direction. Of course, I want to sing the whole song. Every time I say coming up in your direction, I want to sing, I'm gonna make you love me. Oh, Aquarius, you know I will. And then you've got the Four of Swords, darling. And the Four of Swords means you're tired. It means that you've really got to get rest. I think you've been up in your head a lot and you're going over and over things, and then you get really tired. Well, you've got the Wheel of Fortune coming in, so you need your rest, darling, because you've got to reap all those riches and fabulous opportunities. So no, when the Four of Swords comes in, it means you need to get sleep, you need to take care of yourself. It can mean that you need to eat properly, you need to exercise, you need to sleep. And the next card you have is the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is about creating opulence, but I feel that this is a person, and I never read cards like that unless it's, a personal reading, General readings I don't, but I feel that some of you have a person in your life, and it's funny because I was just discussing this with my friend. I said, I never read cards like, you're going to get a tall, dark, handsome man. I don't do that. But look, you've got the moon in the background. The new moon is new beginnings, right? We've got this new moon in Virgo. It's about clearing out what you don't need. And it might be clearing out people that you don't need, that you no longer doesn't work for you anymore. And you've got the King of Pentacles. And it's almost like you've stayed with this person, maybe because they've added value to your life in some way. But this, clarifying it is pain. So in this relationship, you have experienced deep pain and betrayal even. So this is about releasing this pain going forward. You've got to be careful not to take this into other relationships or to, look, we all have this pain was installed perhaps when we were very young, and somebody says or does or a situation can bring this pain out like flooding out. I was just reading The New Earth Awakening today by Eckhart Tolle. And the New Earth Awakening talks about the pain body. When you are aware of the pain body, you are on the road to separating yourself from the pain body. This is the pain body, right? It's what Eckhart Tolle calls the pain body. It's that hurt in a child, if you like, it's that little child that was hurt in this way and then just creates this hurt again and again and again with the choices. So with your choices in life, you create this over and over again. When you get awareness of the pain body can no longer control your mind and have you react in the way that you have before, or you're aware that this pain body is there and you can separate yourself. Not immediately, but you can. So when the Three of Swords comes in, it's like address it. Acknowledge that this is your pain body. Connect the dots. When you do that, this pain can no longer damage you or hurt you. It's not like it disappears because you're aware of it. It's there. It doesn't necessarily completely disappear, but it has no control over you anymore. And that's what you want. You don't want the control. It's like meditation. You can't control your mind, but meditation helps you no longer be controlled by your mind. And it's the same with the pain body. So your pain body may come up this week for some reason or another, probably because of a person. This is going to manifest in your life. And you can actually decide whether you want to continually live in the pain body or if you want to move on. If you recognize it, you know where it comes from, and say, that's enough. I'm not going to continually hurt myself, because it's not the other person hurting you. It is you hurting yourself by staying in a situation that brings this pain up again and again. Excuse me. Now, the next, it can be a person or it can be a situation, FYI. So the next card you have is the King of Cups. And next to the King of Cups is the Seven of Pentacles. Now, the King of Cups, he is, the cups are all about emotion, right? He's a deep well of emotion. But he's got Saturn right over his head. He's restricting his emotions. He's controlling his emotions because he believes that he needs to be stoic in order to be a good leader. And he, puts his people first. He's an ear. He's the counselor. He'll hear everything. And he's very patient. So when he comes into a reading, it is saying, look, yes, get in touch with your feelings. But don't, wallow in them. Don't go crazy. Don't just kind of allow your entrails to come out kind of thing. It's like feel your emotions, yes, but don't wallow in them. That's what I'm getting. And you've got the Seven of Pentacles right now. So it's about going within. This is restricting. This is keeping the emotions within. But this is going within too. The Seven. And this is this. Okay, so this is about evaluating a relationship. It really is. It's about, she's looking at what has come to fruition through this relationship, right? She's looking at what fruits have come out. And she's thinking to herself, okay, have I got enough back from all the effort and the work that I put into it? Am I getting enough back? So you're being asked to reassess the situation. Not too emotionally, but, really, what have you put into this relationship? And are you getting enough back from it? Is it fulfilling your needs? And if not, this could be, really, Virgo's all about clearing that out. It's really about, restructuring your life to what works. And look, you've got this. This is a new opportunity for you, a new beginning. That's not easy sometimes when you have to kind of, clear the decks sort of thing. And this is, the Ace of Swords is about a new beginning that feels like an uphill climb. And sometimes you're like, oh, I don't want this. But when the Ace of Swords comes in, it's like the Ganesh of the tarot. And it's about removing the obstacles. So yes, it's a slow, arduous climb sometimes, but it's well worth it. So hang in there. This new thing, new person, new relationship, new whatever this is, and it's definitely emotionally connected. That's why you really have to you have to get enough rest. You're going to need the rest to go forward. This is, you're in for some work, but it's really worth it. And I always use the analogy for this, it's like you're in the thick of the jungle and it's vegetation and you just can't move forward. There's no way. And then all of a sudden this light comes down. It's like, ah, and this big machete is presented to you. And now you can kind of you can chop those, that thick vegetation and forge a path slowly and with hard work. So it's hard work. It's hard work assessing, and it's hard work working on yourself, and it's hard work sometimes connecting the dots, and it's hard work saying goodbye to somebody who no longer works for you. But this is a new opportunity for you, Aquarius, to move forward and away from your pain body, right? Somebody used this analogy. They said, look, if you had a tumor, right, you would do everything you can. You'd cut it out. You would put it with chemo. You'd do everything to get rid of it. Sometimes relationships can be a tumor. Your pain body is a tumor, right? It's a tumor that's eating you up, and very painful, I might add. Cut it out, darling. Get rid of it. Aquarius, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like this video, share it with friends, family, neighbors, social media, whatever you can, and comment. I live for comments and feedback. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Mwah. I love you all, and I'll see you next week.